Hey guys, it's your girl here, D the Hair Genius, and today I'm showing you a technique called the Beaded Row Extensions. I call it the B.R.E method just because it's easier to saying Beaded Row Extensions every time. So today I'm doing a client, which is also my niece, and she is getting 4 rows of extensions. Now I do double the wefts on each row, so she has 4 rows technically, but she actually has 8 layers of extensions. So it's going to give her a lot more volume, a lot more length, and because she has a blunt haircut, then it's going to really help diffuse that line a lot better than just doing individual little strands. And she won't have a lot of extensions in her hair, which this is the first time she's wearing like extensions, and so other than like braids or things like that. So this is new for her, so I didn't want to give her a whole bunch of rows. So I have already installed 1 row underneath this row. This is actually the 2nd row, and then I will install a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th. But that won't be in the video because I didn't want the video to be that long. So if you want to see a more detailed video, then please comment below after you subscribe. Okay. And make sure that you like it and share it as well. I just want to put that plug in before we even get started. You know what I'm saying? Because I got 91 subscribers and I'm trying to get some more. So, hook your girl up. So right now, you're going to need the tool that you see is actually the micro link beading tool. You can get it on Amazon. Usually they come in a whole set with the pliers that you see. You'll get the pliers, you'll get some links, and you'll get the tool to actually put the links on. However, if you already have pliers and you already have links and you just need the tool, then you can get that. I think they're only about maybe $7, $7.99 on Amazon. That's for like 5, which I suggest you get more than 1, because if you're doing your hair or someone else's hair, you're gonna need a few beads. So you may need 50 beads, and so 50 won't fit on this one tool. So you want to actually have more than 1 tool already beaded with beads on it, so that when you run out, you or your client doesn't have to sit there and bead each tool every time you run out. So you'll already have a backup. So that's what I would suggest. If you don't have the kit, just go on Amazon and just type in micro link beads, and it will bring up the links, and it will also bring up all the tools that you need. And it also have kits on there as well. You'll have kits that have your pliers, your beads. It may have a crochet needle. And it'll have this tool. So that's what you need. Also, make sure that when you're doing this, that you always get the color beads that you need to get, or the color of the base hair. Even though her hair is going to be blended with the highlight, because this hair comes with, this is 1B and 30 mix, but I didn't get the 30 bead color. I got the dark brown, which is what's going to be at her base. So you want to make sure that you get the same color as that person's base color for the beads, because if not, the beads are going to show through their hair, and you don't want that. So what you're going to do to apply the links, the beads on, you're going to take the hair through that loop right there, and you're going to pull that hair through that loop, which is that little metal part. You're going to slide the link through, and then you're going to use your pliers to clamp it down. Now make sure you clamp it down at least 3 to 4 times, just to make sure it's nice tight and secure, nice and tight and secure. So you don't want it to slip out. You also don't want to use too much hair where you can't get the link through, which you will have instances where you will put it through and it can't go through. It's fine, just take some of the hair out. So you don't want it to be too much hair in each link, and then you also don't want it to be not enough hair, because you don't want that link to slip out easily. So you want it to have a little tint, you want it to be a little tight going through that link, but not so much that you can't fit it through. So as you see, I'm putting the links on. Now the way this method is just so natural and the hair lays so smooth is because you're not using a cornrow. So you're no longer braiding the hair in a cornrow to attach the wefts on. You're actually using these links or beads to actually anchor each hair extension on. You can also do this as a micro link, which is individual strands of hair that actually go inside of the link. If y'all want to see me do that, then definitely comment below. That's a different technique. And then tape ends are another extension technique. But this one is just the the B.R.E method. So this is actually slipping the links onto a person's hair, each section, and then you're gonna anchor the hair extensions onto the link. In the beginning, since I'm almost getting to the end of this section, once you finish your links and you apply them on, you want to make sure before you even start this that you have already clean shampoo conditioned hair, and then I've already done a quick flat iron on her hair just to make it easier for me to actually section her hair and get it through those links. Now you want to make sure your sections for this technique, see how this one's a little bit tighter, get through. I end up getting it through, but if it was a little bit more hair, I would have had to take some hair out. You want to make sure that you have a U-shaped section every time you do it. Don't have any sharp lines, like don't do a V or don't do straight across, because that's going to cause a lot of separation in that person's hair because it's that hard line. So I'm just showing you right now how it looks all the way across, and that one is done underneath. You can see how flat it looks on the scalp. So that's what you get when you don't have a braid underneath. So when you start applying the hair onto these links, the first place that you apply that link, you want to make sure that you put it on that section, on that link. You want to sew it down at least 3 to 4 or even 5 times just to make sure it's secure on that first link. I am right now gonna measure out my weft to make sure that it doesn't go over the length, so it's not pieces of the weft hanging off. So you want to make sure it's the exact size, the exact length that you need for that row. Once I get that measurement, I double the weft over and then cut it. So this way I can get double hair, double the I can get double of the amount of fullness and the color and the length without having too many rows of extensions. So right now I'm just sewing the tips of the weft together so that it can act like it's one strand. It's going to be harder to sew the hair on the links when they're 2 individual wefts. You want to sew them together in the beginning. So that's what I'm doing now, sewing those tips together. You can't see it, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing that now kind of off camera. And if this is like your first time even doing extensions at all, then let me know if in the comments if this is something that you want to, if you want to see how to sew in hair, how to thread a needle, just some of the other little things that maybe you may not know because this may be your first time even doing any kind of extensions. And so if that is you, then comment below and let a girl know. So right now we're just prepping her hair. Now Shayla's hair is also keratin treated, so that means that she has a keratin treatment in her hair that allows her hair to stay smooth and straight when she's out in the rain, or if she's sweating like she does because she plays lacrosse and she's on the show choir at her school. So she's very active, and so her hair is not relaxed, but she does have a keratin treatment in her hair. So this is definitely good for somebody that's this texture of hair, I'll say. You can get different textures of hair, but if you're going to use straight hair where this hair is it's like a yaki straight. Now this is store-bought hair. This is hair that was bought from the beauty supply store. This is not my hairline. So let me repeat, this is not Deluxe Hair Collection, which you can get that. Deluxe Hair Collection, the website is A Better You Hair Academy. That's also my website, my business, where I teach classes, hair cutting classes, color classes, and different things like that in my local area. But also on that site has my hairline as well, my hair collection. So this is not my hair collection. This is the hair store collection. But what I was saying is that if your hair is naturally curly, and you don't use a lot of heat, if any, then this is not the texture of hair you want to get, because you're gonna have to flat iron your hair at some point to blend your hair with the extensions. So if you're a person that doesn't like to put heat on their hair, then you may not want to get the straight hair for your extensions. Your B.R.E method may have to be used with curly hair, with textured hair. And so whether that's curly, wavy, kinky curly, whatever the case may be, if you want something that looks more like your hair and you don't have to flat iron it every day, then I would suggest you're not getting the straight hair, because you will, let me repeat, you will have to flat iron your hair. At some point you will. Whether you get it wet, whether you shampoo it and you condition it, you don't want to have curly hair sitting in between those wefts. It's just not going to be cute. So keep that in mind. For my relaxer girls, or for my keratin treatment girls, or for women that are natural and they don't have a keratin, they don't have a relaxer, but they've already trained their hair to memory, that their hair stays straight and you know how to tame it, and you don't really wear your hair curly, you wear your hair more straight, then this also would be a good texture for you. Then you could definitely use the straight hair. But in regards for people that don't really want to put heat on their curls and they're really finicky about putting heat on them, then this is not the one for you, girlfriend. Like, you need to get some texture hair that blends with your hair, and you can just make that work. Do not talk about my ashy hands or my busted up cuticles. I am a licensed hairstylist, and yeah, my nails look jacked up, like redonkulous, like they just look terrible. So I didn't even notice it as much. Like, I know I need my nails done, but I didn't notice it as much until I saw it on the camera. I was like, "Ooh, girl, your cuticles look like they are ate up." So yes, I have to get my nails done. I need to take some time to pamper me, which what we don't do a lot. But anyway, yes. So now I am tightening on. So as you see me sewing it on, I'm sewing it, and see how I'm looping it through. That makes a knot every time whenever you sew it through. So you take your needle and you're sewing it underneath the weft, not through the weft. Okay. You don't want to sew it through the weft, because that will damage the thread that the weft is being held together with. That the hair is being held together on the weft. You don't want to keep poking your needle through it, because it will damage those wefts. And so you want to go through underneath the weft, but not through the weft. And so I'm going right through the base where the link is, right to the left, the side, and underneath, and making sure that those links stay nice and flat as I do that. And excuse me, guys. And then just continue all the way through the end. Once you get to the end of your row, you want to make sure that you do what I said from the beginning. You want to make sure that you have at least 3 to 5 knots on that last link, to make sure that your anchor is secure for the rest of that link. For the rest of that row. So as I get to the end, and now you want to measure and make sure you don't have any extra hair that needs to be cut, to make sure that it matches perfectly with that last section where you have that link. Ooh, girl. Hands ashy, nails ashy, cuticle, just, Jesus. Rochelle's hair looks cute. That's what I can say. Her hair came out cute. So this is the finished look right now. Right now, I am actually, which, by the way, I did add 2 other rows. So, yeah, so that's not on camera. But right now, I'm just using my razor comb to actually go through the hair to kind of blend it, to add some dimension and some movement. And so that I don't have to cut her hair, because like I said before, she has a blunt bob haircut. So I don't want to mess that up. So what I'm going to do is just add more texture with the extensions. And then by the time you curl it and flat iron it, then you won't even tell the difference. So Shayla is very excited. One, because it's color. She did not know that I was going to be adding color into the color with the highlight. Color with the highlights. Color with her extensions. So she was really excited about it, even though right now she looks pretty serious. But she's not serious at all, as you can see. She's very goofy and just a sweet 16-year-old almost. And so, but yes, so she really loved them. She has been doing really well with them. For this to be her first time wearing extensions, she's really been doing well. She's very active, so her links will loosen a lot quicker than someone that's not. So if you're sweating and you're pulling your hair up all the time in ponytails, then just keep in mind that your links may slip or loosen a lot quicker than someone that's not as active and not pulling their hair up in ponytails a lot. She's a teenager, so that's the first thing they do is pull their hair in a ponytail. Like, that's their style. Now, don't fuss at me, but my camera situation, my camera skills are not the best, okay? So I'm still learning, still adjusting. And so a lot of times my camera was out of focus, but I'm going to get better. So back there, I was just showing you her leave out and then also showing you her first row. Well, I was trying to show you her first row, but my chair was pumped up and the angle was not correct. So I'm going to have to spin her around, pump the chair down, and then turn it back around. Here we go. There you go, Janetta. There you go. So I'm just showing you right there how flat the extensions are to her scalp, which you will not get it this flat when you're doing a braid. I don't care how small you cover your hair. When you do a sew-in, it's just not the same. I've done sew-ins for years, and they can be as flat as you can get it, as far as with the sew with the braid, but you're just not going to get it as flat with the as you will with the B.R.E method. You're just not. So I'm just showing you here another layer, all the layers of the extensions that I've done, all the way up to her crown area. Not all the way up to her crown. Yeah, a little under her crown, because I wanted her to have enough of her hair out so that she can part it any way that she wanted. So that's another shot, just showing you guys, you know, how flat it is to her head. And then this is the last one here at the top. And I doubled them all, actually. I doubled all of her tracks. At first I wasn't, and then that's just her leave out and just how nice it blends. Like, what in the world? Weave wear. Tracks wear. What are you talking about? She don't have no extensions, girl. What? But yes, so that is it, guys. Like, man, it looks so lit. Like, I want to do it myself. Like, I want it, but I don't really want to do it myself. But I just don't see getting somebody else to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself eventually. But yes. It turned out so good. And so when you're doing your leave out, you want to make sure too that you keep in mind what that person's needs are. If they wear a middle part, if they wear a side part, if they wear their hair up a lot, you definitely want to you want to make sure you have a proper consultation with your client if you're doing another person, just so they have that flexibility and they have that confidence while wearing these extensions. You don't want someone to have these extensions in their hair and feel as though they can't maintain it, or they can't just be themselves, or they're scared the wind's gonna blow. Like, you don't want them to have those issues. And so you definitely want that person to have flexibility, be able to put it up in a ponytail. Now, if they're a person that says, I'm not a ponytail person, I do not wear ponytails, up, down, in the back, I wear my hair down, then you may be able to start their beaded rows lower in the back of their nape area, because they don't need a leave out. Now, if you are like my niece, where you want your hair to put it up in a ponytail, then you need a leave out. You have to have one, because if not, you're going to see those beads and it's going to be ugly. So you want to make sure that you talk with your client that you're doing, to make sure that you know exactly what their needs are with this hairstyle and how they wear their hair normally. That was kind of weird. But if you're a stylist and they've been going to you for a while, then you pretty much already know. Or even if you're not a stylist, and we know we have those people out there that are not licensed but are still doing hair. But you know, that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, then you already know how they wear their hair. So, but still talk to them, because if this is something new, extensions are sometimes scary for people because they don't want it to look weavy, and they don't want it to look like a wig, and they don't want it to look so fake. And so you may have to kind of counsel them into this new B.R.E method. But definitely, if you have a client that's thinking about, hey, I want to grow my hair out, and I have this wacky pixie cut, and I don't know what to do with it, and now it's growing out to the point where it's this weird bob looking thing, and my sides are still short, and they're not long. Like, this is definitely a good method for them, because they get to kind of have fun. And if they don't know what it is or know how it looks, show them my video. Go on my video, go on my YouTube, and play this video for them and let them see how it looks, what's the process, all that good stuff. And the maintenance for this, you want to make sure you have a satin or silk pillowcase, satin bonnet, something that can protect your hair and the extensions. You want to also have a nice light hairspray, a working hairspray. I love Bedhead Masterpiece. It's a really good working hairspray. I love Sebastian Shaper, not Shaper Plus. Don't use Shaper Plus because it might give you too much of a hole. Shaper is really good. What are some other ones? Chi has a nice hairspray that's really light, which is what I'm using on her today. They have a nice hairspray. Aquaj has a nice hairspray. And I'm naming hairsprays and products that are professional products. Like, I don't use beauty supply products for the most part. I mean, I do use some products from the beauty supply store, like, you know, Eco Styler, like stuff that you can't get at a professional hair store. Like, they just not gonna sell Eco Styler at Cosmoprof or Salon Centric or, you know, Beauty Trends. Like, they just not. So yeah, certain things like that I may have to get, hair glue and things like that. But for my main products, yeah, you gotta have professional products. So if you don't have a license to go to those other places that I mentioned, you can always go to some of your other stores like that sell professional products. You can go to Ulta, you can go to JCPenney Salon, they sell products. Hair Cuttery, they sell products. Different places, Great Clips. So go to a salon that has great products and professional products that you can use on your hair and your extensions. Because I tell people, just because they're extensions doesn't mean that you don't have to take care of them. I mean, you need to take care of your hair, ma'am. Like, you spent money on these extensions, so you need to make sure that you're taking care of them. So that's why I use beauty supply hair on my niece, because she is gonna kill this hair. She ain't gonna think nothing about it, and it's gonna look totally different by the time she's finished with it. So I was not trying to sell her none of my hair from Deluxe Hair Collection, because I know how my niece is. So right there, I'm flat ironing, going through and finishing her hair off to blend it with the extensions. That's actually her hair right now that I'm flat ironing, and that her hair it's not really short, but it's not as long as the extensions, and it still blends pretty well. So definitely razor cutting it to add that texture and dimension is great. Using the comb, chasing your comb flat iron method is really good. Just because it allows the flat iron to go through all of the strands easily without any tangles. So that's why you want to use the comb, chasing the comb method. Make sure the comb is under the flat iron, not over the flat iron, because it kind of defeats the purpose if you have the comb over the flat iron. Some may say, well, that doesn't make sense, but I've seen it. I've seen it so much. So right now, my angle, my focus is all off. It's more focused on my blinds and my shirt than my niece, because my niece is not in the middle of the screen, so the camera is doing only what it's supposed to do. And I'm not. So I'm used to doing people's hair without a camera, so it takes some adjusting sometimes, especially when I start like really getting in there and getting focused. I'm like, I forget all about the camera. See, my lips are my lips are together. That's when I'm really focused. So yeah, so she loves it. She really likes the color because she wanted to color her own hair. Her mom was like, nope, not doing it. So we had to go with this method. So now she has extensions in her hair that have color, and she doesn't have to mess up her hair or damage it or anything like that. Now, color does not damage your hair. It's the lack of taking care of your hair with color is what damages it. So let me just put that out there. So that's why my niece won't get it done, because she's not ready to take care of it like she needs to. So I'm just combing it out now, just making sure all the hairs are nice and clean. And then it's nice and blended. Look, Shayla thinks she's slick. She keep looking at the camera. She's like, yeah, girl, yeah, boo, look at my hair. Oh. So right now I'm just showing you the back, where you can see just like a hint of those highlights just popping through that look really cute. And it's not too much, not too grown, just enough, just enough. So now you can see a little bit, I'm kind of going down with the camera to let you see the length of it, and the hair that's colored, how it blends in really well. Don't say anything about my wax pot in the back. I used to be a mobile stylist, and my wax, when it was hot, it would fall out, it would spill out. And so if anybody knows, it's hard as heck to get wax off of these stupid pots. So if you can comment below and let me know if you have any tricks to the trade to get that wax off, please let me know, because right now I'm in a search for a box that I can put it in so I can cover it all together. But if you know of a trick, let a girl know. Okay. And so now I'm just showing you the length of it. You can see it a little bit, but not too much, because the lighting isn't that great where I am right now. I did change my lighting situation for some of my other videos, so they should be better. But look at the top, like that's her hair all blended in, and it looks seamless. Like, come on, bro, you cannot get this seamless look with the sew-in with cornrows. I mean, you can. Let me not say you can't, but I'm just saying this is a good method for those that don't even know how to cornrow. Girlfriend, you don't even need to know how to cornrow with this method. You really don't have to know how to cornrow. Like, you could put extensions in and not have to worry about a cornrow. Now, if you have a client that likes to part their hair down the middle, like they want to wear 2 ponytails and stuff like that, that is all in the consultation, because you're going to have to part their hair different. You're going to have to do some different things when you're laying these tracks down. So you want to make sure you have a conversation with them, because they can't split their hair down the middle with them links, honey. No. So that's how it looks. It's nice and blended. Face framing layers with those extensions. And yeah, so she really loves them. I know from the look of her face now, it's like, I gotta be serious. Undi's gonna fuss at me. But but yeah, so she really liked them, and she's gonna enjoy them. So I'm excited, guys. And I hope you try this method. It's really easy. It probably took us about, with the shampoo, the conditioner, blow dry, putting them in, it probably took us about 2.5 hours. And I was doing 2 other clients as well. So it probably took us about 2.5, 3 hours to do it. Now, of course, the more you do it, then the quicker you get at actually navigating to put the beads on, and how to hold your tools and stuff in your hand, because you don't want to drop those beads off and then have them all over the floor. So that's just a look at from the back, having it from the back, with her hair over her shoulders. Sorry, guys, with her hair over her shoulders. So it looks really natural in the back with her hairline that's out. And then she gonna flip it over them shoulders, flip the hair, don't care. So yeah, so it turned out really cute. But guys, make sure you consult with your clients first before doing this. And I think that is it, guys. It's no need to prolong this video. If you have any more comments or questions, please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. All right, and a wink. Oh yeah. So if you are interested in getting done, Instagram me at D the Hair Genius. On my Instagram, inbox me, let me know. I'll talk to you about pricing, also about hair, because I have my own hairline, Deluxe Hair Collection. So you can definitely get the hair from there, from me. So kind of like a one-stop shop. I want you guys to subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, and hit the bell so you can be on point with all of the new videos. So I'm super excited.